Hello from me, Lembit Öpik, and
from me, Tim Scott.
On Lembit Öpik Live special edition here, a short one to talk about Keir Starmer's travails. If you've been watching the news recently, you will know that probably the biggest political scandal since the Profumo affair, if you haven't been made aware of that, go back and have a look at history, is taking place over the Peter Mandelson scandal. The scandal here, well, how would you describe the scandal, Tim?
Well, yes, Lembit, thank you for having me on. Yeah, it's a short one, but boy, is it a significant one. This is huge. Starmer is on a knife edge, and there's a by-election in play, as we all know, up in Manchester at the end of the month. And I think if Labour lose that, wow, this is not just Westminster tittle-tattle. This is huge, it's significant, and it's breaking through to the wider public.
Yes, and it's all about, well, this man here, Peter Mandelson, who Keir Starmer appointed as the UK ambassador. It's fair to say the biggest ambassadorial role, and that's in America. Yeah. That's true, isn't it?
No, it is. It is the top of the top pyramid in the UK diplomatic service. Is ambassador to Washington, surely that is the very apex of the pyramid of diplomatic jobs.
But he seems to have made a blunder, despite all of the mistakes that Keir Starmer's seen and known Peter Mandelson to make in the past. He appointed him to that job, and initially seemed to plead ignorance about his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. And I didn't pay that much attention to it myself, but we now know that Jeffrey Epstein, there is pictured with Peter Mandelson, were very good chums. And
they were.
Arguably, apparently, although Peter Mandelson denies it, he got 75 grand, $75,000 at one point, indirectly.
Very easy to miss that.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you gave me that in small change, I wouldn't notice.
I know.
So this all came out. And then you had Keir Starmer claiming in Prime Minister's questions that he knew about it, but somehow it didn't stop him from appointing Peter Mandelson. And now he's appalled. Well, he's appalled about the fact that he knew or that he didn't know. It doesn't even make any logical sense, Tim.
Yes, he's appalled at the appalling mess
that he's made,
that he has appallingly created.
Yeah, he's created himself.
I mean, let's just back up a minute on Peter Mandelson. This guy has been dodgy for decades, has he not? I mean, he's a wrong 'un, and I think everybody instinctively knows that. I mean, he's been dismissed from the cabinet twice, and he's as dodgy as anything. An architect of New Labour, if not the architect of New Labour. I mean, that ought to tell us something. And it's been admitted by Starmer today under quite good questioning, I think, from Kemi Badenoch, who's finally, and not before time, is making her impression that the briefing which he received about Mandelson had in it his links with Jeffrey Epstein.
And here's one of the telltale pictures, a very strange and unexplained picture of a lady in a bathrobe.
Yes,
with Peter Mandelson, what looks like a hotel room, but it's not really explained what's going on there.
Yes.
So this is the man that Keir Starmer thought should represent the whole of the British interest in what was the special relationship.
Yes.
Because I think Keir Starmer's.
Well, I often wander around the house looking like that.
Like Peter Mandelson or like the girl in the robe?
bumping into random women and showing them something on my iPad.
Yeah, it's really. Can you put that up again? I mean, you could almost have a caption contest for that, which we're not going to do because we don't want to Bible ourselves. But all of this becomes really difficult because Keir Starmer's judgment is under question here.
It is,
and that's the difficulty for him. This relentless diet of proof that Mandelson and Epstein were really good chums, and so on. Now, the one conflict is, what does Starmer mean when he says he knew that Mandelson had these close ties with Epstein, but now he's appalled by them?
Yes.
Literally at the heart of all of this is a strange contradiction.
Yes,
which seems to point both ways, Tim.
Yeah. I mean, Mandelson's been a wrong 'un for decades, and to appoint him to this top of the top jobs. I mean, if I was in the diplomatic service and I was the ambassador to Cairo, or somewhere else, I might have been hoping that one day I might have the ambassadorship to Washington. But then he slots in Peter Mandelson. I mean, who's advising him? Who's the check on Starmer? Who's the guy in number 10 who's saying, hang on a minute, Prime Minister, Is this a good idea? Really? Is that wise?
I know one person who told him it was a good idea. Peter Mandelson.
Of course.
Anyway,
cool.
Oh, okay, I've got to give you an opportunity to embarrass me again. This is the thing. So this leaves Starmer in a really difficult position, I think.
It does.
And I don't see how he wades out of it. I do think you're right, what you said at the beginning.
Yeah.
That Starmer's premiership's really on a knife edge. It only takes a little bit more evidence to show that Starmer knew that Mandelson was doing bad things.
Yeah.
I worked with Peter Mandelson when he was Secretary of State for Northern Ireland, and he lied. I can give you at least 2 examples when he just literally lied to my face.
Yeah.
And one time, there was a pretty important thing, and he sort of double-crossed myself and the late David Trimble, who was a Northern Ireland politician. I felt really betrayed by Mandelson on that occasion.
Trimble was a good guy.
Yeah, he was, and that was like 2 decades ago now. So even then, I felt that I couldn't really trust him. I was really annoyed at the time. But 2 decades later, he's obviously been riding the wave all that time, and maybe he feels his duplicity in some ways has carried him this far.
Now, one of the issues that's come up here, Lembit, is about the government is saying, okay, we will release all the papers, but national security, those papers will have to be redacted. Well, yes, but redacted by whom? And as we speak, you might even hear it in the background, we've got the BBC News channel on, and the debate in Parliament is rumbling on. Who is going to decide what gets redacted out? And they're saying, they're quoting national security and all that sort of good stuff. It cannot be number 10. And the Intelligence Security and Security Committee is being put forward. If the papers are going to be released, they cannot be redacted by number 10. We need somebody independent. We need a judge. Maybe the Intelligence and Security Committee even needs to decide. I mean, probably something will have to be reasonably redacted. But, you know, we cannot trust number 10 now because Starmer is on the, well, I nearly said the breadline. He might soon actually be on the breadline. He's certainly on the knife edge. And if they lose the election in Manchester, the by-election in Manchester at the end of the month, will he even survive to the local elections and the elections in London, Scotland and Wales in early May?
Well, this is a bad look for him. Peter Mandelson and Keir Starmer there, thick as thieves. I don't know where that is. Maybe that was in America. One thing's for sure. This has done nothing to help Starmer's credibility.
And Lembit, who would succeed Starmer? My goodness, who would succeed him?
Oh, I do hope it's Angela Rayner.
Really?
Yeah, I think that would be.
Who's going to succeede Starmer? I mean,
David Lammy.
Wes Streeting. David Lammy. You know, disaster mind. You know, who was king after Henry VIII? Henry VII. You know, Wes Streeting. Okay, articulate, presentable, but he's got a tiny majority over one of these sort of nutcase Gaza Islamist candidates. I mean, Angela Rayner. Okay, she's come up the hard way, single mum at an early age, all that sort of thing. But I don't, and then she buys a holiday apartment when her constituency is in the north of England. And then there's this whole hoo-ha about the tax. Did she pay the tax? I don't think the country is going to buy Angela Rayner. And Andy Burnham, as we know,
has been kept out of the game at the moment.
Andy Burnham, no thank you, can't run. The National Executive Committee, which Starmer controls, has ruled him out because they don't want a sub. Even if Andy Burnham won the seat, they then don't want a by-election for Mayor of Manchester.
Yeah, well, we'll see what's going to happen. One thing's for sure, this is the biggest test of Keir Starmer's leadership. Let's see what happens. You're watching me, Lembit Öpik, and
Tim Scott
here on Unprecedented TV.